welcome again to Scent with Love from Rita. I am so glad that you joined me today on my fourth and final in the series of Beautiful Day and Brusho Crystal Colour. We've done 2 with the butterfly, and this is our second with the flower on Beautiful Day. And we're using Brusho Crystal Colour again, and I thought it would be glorious to do a yellow flower that would go with this designer paper and this yellow paper that has an embossed floral, and I'll give you the details of those in a moment. And we're using designer series paper. And the reason I'm able to do that was the sweetheart that gave it to me, and that was the gal that sponsored me into Stampin' Up. Connie sent that as a little gift for me. And so I'm sharing some cool ideas on how to use the Brusho Crystal Colour. And I'm thrilled to have you, and let's dig into how to put this little sweetheart together. This is our Beautiful Day, and we will be using the flower. We have done some things with the butterfly and one soft, lovely one with the flower, and today we're going to be doing that bold and beautiful card, the flower, the Brusho Crystal, just the black stamp pad with some Versamark for embossing, the crystal clear. And I just wanted to share with you a couple of other elements. The watercolor paper we will be stamping on and doing some things with the Brusho Crystal. This is the items that I want to share. This is some designer paper, and this is the inspiration for today's card. Is this black and white, and I think black and white is really gorgeous with yellow, as you can see. And here are just some up-close pictures on my camera here of what you will get with the designer paper. I also really love striped black and white. The polka dots and the stripe. Oh, just love that with that really beautiful punch of yellow. And then I'm just going to bring in, this is the catalog that was our occasions catalog. If you don't have one, contact me and I'll send you one. But this is the page on number 23 where we have this designer series paper. And also the embossing folder comes with 2 embossing folders, which is really a nice deal. And this is one of the embossed folders with those floral that we're going to be showcasing today with this floral and with this floral. So it's going to be really glorious and gorgeous. So that's one of the elements that's on page 23. And then this is also where I got Brusho Crystal right here. And that's just a couple pages after on 26 and Beautiful Day. So some lovely things in this occasions catalog. And we have been using a spray bottle in the past to do some of this Brusho Crystal, but I am going to be using the aqua painter, which you can also find in the catalog. Yes. And let's get started now on this glorious, beautiful day card. Okay, so if you don't have our Stampin' Up catalog, please contact me. I'd be happy to send you one. I'm just going to be showing you here our watercolor paper. That's on page 194. We're going to be using watercolor paper for this technique because the Brusho Crystal really needs some water to make it flow and do its thing. Very glorious. I'm going to be using the yellow today, and so we'll put the other colors aside and taking out our Versamark. This is a technique where you can use the crystal clear of the Stampin' Up embossing powder, and also using your Versamark you can use any color pad, which is really glorious. And so the world is your oyster for embossing. And I want to use my embossing buddy first on this paper. We don't want any other marks to attach to the paper, any of my fingerprints or anything. And then bringing in our flower, using that Versamark, we first coat the flower in a nice thick coat of that Versamark. That's what's going to give us that sticky that will attach to the color. So in this particular instance, I'm going to use black because of the black and yellow and white look that I'm going for. Okay, here is our flower, and we've embossed it in the black, as you can see. And we are about to color this beauty. One of the elements I'm going to use that I didn't show is the green watercolor pencil, because we need to get this leaf in green. I'll just do a little bit of coloring on here. Let the water do its magic. A little darker by the veining. I'll just put a little bit of that pencil there. I'm going to bring in my aqua painter and just get this wet. A little bit of water, and I want to give this opportunity to flow some of that yellow. Dab off a little. Remember that I had poked some pinholes in the top of my Brusho crystal bottles. So I'm just going to tap this along this flower. Can you see how it just salts it, so to speak? Bring this in just a little bit more. You can see the little salted crystals on there starting to bleed. I really want this to be a beautiful, bright, colored flower, and I don't want that watercolor paper to be seen so much as I want the paint to be seen. So we're going to get back in here with our aqua painter. Just squeeze into that. I'm just going to try to paint that little bit of that leaf. Okay. Move these along a little bit. You want that to be orangier in the middle and softer on the outside. Some white, lighter spots on the edges of the petal. Dab off a little. Not a lot. We'd like that to be orangier in the middle. You can see. Bring back in this aqua painter and just softly make sure this still looks like soft yellow. Biggest thing is enjoy it. Don't be fearful of this Brusho crystal. It's very artistic. I think you'll love it. Just keep working with it. So just dabbing off any excess wet and then slightly filling in any blank spaces. Just because we don't want to be seeing paper, we want to be seeing color. I'm going to bring in that green. Give it a little more punch of green here. Actually, I think I will sprinkle just a little more on here. Give it a little texture. I like that little sprinkled look. You can see that in the right light. Those little sprinkles make it look natural. And we'll let those just melt into the watered paper. I just want to give you one more really close-up look at that. This card is going to assemble very quickly. This is a 5 by 6.5 inch card base of Whisper White. And we're going to bring in that black and white designer paper. On the other side, it looks like this. I love these big, bold flowers. They're going to go awesome with our big, bold flower. I'm so excited to see it come together. And then this beautiful embossed paper that has the same look to it It's just really beautiful together. And I actually cut a little strip of just black because I wanted it to almost look like a ribbon in between. Now you could emboss and make that ribbon really shiny. It's another idea. Just dab that into your Versamark and put crystal clear on there. I'm just thinking that I want this to be center stage and have all the shine. Okay, so I just like to use the liquid glue and get this on all the four corners very nicely. And maybe the cutoff rows at the top. And then just get this square on here, leaving equal distance around all the edges. And then we're budding the black ribbon paper. It is just paper, but I'm making it look like it would be a ribbon coming through those two, yellow and black look. And that we're budding up exactly to our designer paper. So just pull that along down the edge. One thing I didn't say, which I did when I paused my video, was I cleaned up my area really well, because you don't want that Brusho getting anywhere on your card and your fingers or anything. So you want to really make sure you have that nice and clean. Okay, and then a little more Tombow on this. And again, getting your edges all snug to the black and even on both sides before you press it down. Just can come in here with a acrylic block. Isn't that gorgeous? And we want to put some dimensionals on this. Okay, and how we're going to place this. Maybe the green leaf up. Look at it all different ways. But I'm thinking draw the eye up from this floral to that. All right. So I don't really want to block this little beauty or this little beauty, but we also have to get it evenly between all these papers. So I'm thinking right about there. I am going to bring in the Wink of Stella. So I just want to hit this with some sparkle. Wink of Stella is my go-to for sparkle. I haven't brought that in before. It did not come in my kit, and I've been trying to be as true as I can to what came in my kit, because I want to help you to get the most out of whatever it is you've ordered from Stampin' Up, and hopefully from me. I would love to be your demonstrator that you follow and subscribe to. I'm also going to bring in some sequins, and these are in the catalog, sprinkled embellishments, because there is a little bit of an orange yellow sequins. Sequins is another love of mine. Any kind of rhinestones, pearls. I'm just going to put those in the center of the flower. A couple little dabs of the liquid glue. A little sparkle, a little added color. You could put diamonds, you could put anything. I kind of liked the yellow. The other thing I just wanted to do, and that is bring back in my Stampin' Up little trick that I like to do, and that is to embellish the inside of my card to match my outside of my card. Sometimes I don't put the entire image on the inside, and today I am not going to do the entire image. I'm going to just put part of this image on the lower part of this card. So a little bit of the leaf and come off. So I have a piece of scratch there. Okay. And then when you put the sentiment through there, it will have the look of the outside of the card. You can do something with the color or you can leave it. See how the black and white is here and the black and white is here. Isn't that lovely? Okay, this is the last in our series of the Beautiful Day and Brusho Crystal Color. We will be moving on to a new set of cards that I hope you will join me with. I hope you will love the next series of cards that I do through Sent with Love from Rita. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on the little bell so that whatever I do, you will get notified of. And then we will see you next time. If you need anything from what I've shown you today, just go to the bottom and click on the link. It'll bring you right to my website. I look forward to seeing you soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.